bn. Now let me also try to concatenate it. Middle name plus last name. Let me see whether it is working or not. Something. Yeah, BNN ఎందుకు వచ్చింది? ఓకే, అంతే కదా. BNN instead of last name plus middle name. Let me add last name plus middle name. Another span I want to add without space, last name and middle name, MN. Now you will be adding two different variables being assigned. What is that? Span ng find. But did not close the span. ఒక స్పాన్ క్లోజ్ చేసి ఇంకో స్పాన్ ఓపెన్ చేయాలి కదా. Now okay. So I initialize two variables now. Two variables, each variable is separated by a colon, semicolon. Each variable is separated by a semicolon. So now AngularJS, we gradually learning the AngularJS. Now you got to know how to initialize the variables, how to use the input element variable things, how to bind them, how to compute an expression also. You can also compute an expression also, right? For example, if you want to compute an expression like, so the result, okay, you want to compute the result. For example, let me write another here. So input A and B, input A plus B value, you want to compute the result. So there are two inputs you want to use, A and B, and you want to compute the result of A plus B. Model name A, and similarly plus another model you want to write, B, and you want to compute the result, A plus B value, result is equal to A plus B. What will I be getting? So 10 plus 20, how much? Oh, what is this? Both are here now. Go job modify, yes, and go job modify. So 10, 20, రెండు టైప్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది రిజల్ట్? Ten 20. ఎందుకు? They are strings, you know that. పార్సింగ్ డైరెక్ట్గా లేదా దీంట్లో? ఇంటికి డైరెక్ట్ పార్సింగ్ లేదేమో, టూ ఇంటిజర్ ఏదో ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, let us move on. ఆర్ ఇంటిజర్ డాట్ పార్సింగ్ డైరెక్ట్గా రాదు కదా, మర్చిపోయిన పార్సింగ్ డైరెక్ట్ రాదులే. దే ఆర్ నాట్ యూజింగ్ జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ కూడా కదా, ఇట్స్ నాట్ జావా స్క్రిప్ట్. ఇంటి క్యాపిటల్ లెటర్ రాశాను అయినా కూడా it does not come because the reason you know it is రాదు. I will show you. Okay, AngularJS, there are methods for available to do that. So, and okay, data ng app. So another one is data ng app. Another one you can also do some data ng in it. So you can prepend something to some other thing. So the data ng bind. So whatever is ng app or whatever, this is going to be a prefix now. So if you keep something like data ng and instead of ng, you want to make sure that your HTML page is valid. In case if you use data.ng instead of ng, you want to make sure your HTML page. You will learn a lot more in the already. You will be learning. Expression. This will compute the value properly. But when you are taking those values from the input element, then you need to be very careful. Okay, this is always expression, that what I am talking. It's an expression. So a curly brace, and curly brace. Anything that you write there, it is going to be an expression. Angular module. You can also do something like this. So AngularJS, another AngularJS applications. You can develop a modules. You can write your own app module. You can attach that module to something else. So that module can do that job. So here ng app, my app. Now this my app, you are writing your own app, my app. So that my app is you are writing here is a module app. Whatever the module that you want to write, you can write your module here. That's why we kept it blank earlier. Now we are trying to do some module. This module is just like similar to jQuery. It's a callback functions. You can always write. You can write a controller. You can write viewer. Everything. So model view controller can be understood very well here. We will be always explaining one after the other. First of all, we will be revisiting the same. How are we writing in the all? We will be coming back here again. So this is what? Scope. So AngularJS module. You can always use AngularJS controller. So in a module, you can write your own controller. View, present, everything you can write. It's different. So this controller will let you know what it has to do. So it's a my control, whatever it is, function, so on and so. And you are getting this one, and this will do the job as if you are doing for the other one also. You can assign it and you can use it. So if you try this, what happens? So automatically assign the value here. If you assign like something like here, Ganesh NVM. Then you will be seeing. So you are assigning the value. Even though if you change it, it works fine. So you can also get it. So it works. You can initialize the values here in the scope, in the controller in the beginning. And later you can do it. You need not only use the. So in the app, you are willing to call the controller my control. My control. You can write your own thing. So the next one, we will be coming back again there. Don't worry. So AngularJS expressions. You got to know that something like something. So you want to write any expression. All other expressions are there. Numbers. Something star works fine. These are directly numbers. But if you want to convert a string to a number, AngularJS strings, you know it. We got to know. Person dot last name. You can also pass an object also. JSON object. And you can also use the JSON object directly. In the initialization, whatever you do, you can take the JSON object you can compute something, or you can do something. You can also pass an array. You can also pass an array. So you can also bind anyway. You know it. So all these things works fine. So you can try them out now again. Contain letters, operators, and variables. Unlike JavaScript, it can be written inside HTML, and JavaScript AngularJS expressions do not support conditional loops or exceptions. JavaScript expressions do not conditional loops and expressions. Unlike JavaScript expressions, AngularJS expressions support filters. AngularJS support filters and more. So directives, AngularJS directives, we got to know. Again, data binding. We got the ng bind. Ng model quantity, ng model price, or quantity price. You can write it. Default values you can assign. You can repeating HTML element. So this is what I want to repeat an HTML element. Let's repeat an HTML element. So ng repeat x in names, and you want to write all those elements as an LI element. So let us do it now, right? So this is a best example. Let us start doing it. So far what did we learn? ng app, ng model, ng bind, right? And you also got to know the expression. It's an expression, right? So ng further controllers all we will come back again. Now we are going to learn some more things. So ng init is also there, am I right? ng init undi kada. So we also got to know ng init. So each one of them we got to know. Now let us do something now. ng repeat. Now let us do ng repeat. What do we do with ng repeat? Let's watch. Let me write another data element ng init. Okay, another div app, another app. Let me write another app here. ng init data is equal to an array containing 10, 20, 30, 40. Now that's my initialization array. What I wanted to do, I want to write list items. I want to write unordered list, UL. Okay, or order list. List item రాయాలి అనుకున్నాను, list item. ng repeat. ng repeat is equal to, right? ng repeat is equal to x in data, or x in data. I want to write the list item x రాయాలి అనుకుంటున్నాను అక్కడ, అంతే కదా. That's it. So now I want to represent all of the list items 10, 20, 30, 40 in a list item. ఇంతకుముందు మనం రాసాం కదా, అలా టేబుల్ రోస్ రాయాలని రాయొచ్చు, చూపిస్తాను మీకు. So this is what I want to do. I want to write all list items out of this data list. 10, 20, 30, 40 అనేవి 4 list items generate చేయాలి. So that's what I'm trying to do now. ఏం చేసాము, 5 అంకెనే పెట్టాలి దీన్ని. Otherwise, you can also bind ng bind. Also, you can write ng bind data of elements. Data ng repeat. What is the problem here? UG init which is equal to data of. Okay, let me save it as file save as example 2. Let us try with example 2 so that we will be understanding some of the other things. For XIM data, yeah, that's what. Two apps, there must be an app name and another problem. So that app, two apps. So the ng apps, there cannot be two apps with the same name. So the default name is blank actually. So there cannot be two apps with the same name. Now, what am I doing here, you know? You can always keep the same thing inside your data itself, or you can bind it, you can do something, anyway. Or you can write your own app, XYZ, and you can try writing without the controller also, you can write it. It's a different matter altogether. But the first example, I wrote example 2, where I try to repeat the list elements. Now I want to repeat them as table data elements or something like that also, you can do it. You can also do them as a table elements also. I want to generate a table now. Can I generate a table from this? Can you generate a table from this? Instead of list items, I want to generate a table containing 10, 20, 30, 40. Can I do that? Just change it like this. Table, table, table. This is a, okay, for every TR, for every TR, for every TR, right? For every TR, you need to repeat it with the TD. With some TD, you want to repeat the same. You want to put it. For every TR, you want to repeat that TD. That's it. It must be able to generate a table, I hope. It's a table now. You see that? It's a table. How do I know whether it's a table or not? You check it, right button, inspect element. It's a table. Table data, class ng binding, table row, table is there, table body is there. Every element is there. It's a table now. If you are able to learn one thing, you should be able to learn, connect the other things. That's what I am trying to learn, make sure. Now I want to make sure I am willing to generate a table which is containing 2 rows like this. Can I do that? 10, 20, 30, 40. 2 rows, a table which contains 2 rows, 10, 20, 30, 40. What happens here? That's what the question is. ఇలా వస్తుంది. ఇది కాదు టేబుల్. టేబులే కానీ అది కాదు డేటా. 2 కాలమ్స్ రావాలి. దెన్ హౌ కెన్ ఇట్ చేంజెస్? ఎలా చేంజ్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది దీన్ని? అగైన్ యూ నీడ్ టు డూ అనదర్ రిపీట్. ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక రిపీట్ అయ్యాను టీడీకి. ఎన్జీ రిపీట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు y in x, keep y there. That's it, I think. Problem solved. X లోకి డేటాలోంచి x వస్తుంది, ఆ x లోంచి y తీసుకుంటున్నాం, ఆ yని ఇక్కడ టీడీలో పెట్టేస్తున్నాం. అలా ప్రతి టీఆర్ రిపీట్ అవుద్ది, xకి ప్రతి టీడీ రిపీట్ అవుతుంది, ప్రతి y ప్రతి డేటాకి ప్రతి దానికి ప్రతి రోకి టీఆర్ రిపీట్ అవుద్ది, ఆ లోపల ఉన్న దానికి ఒక టీడీ రిపీట్ అవుద్ది. దట్స్ ఇట్, యు ఆర్ డన్. దిస్ ఇస్ ఎ 2-dimensional table. So you should be able to understand these small things. Once you learn something, you should be able to connect the other things. Any other questions? ఇప్పుడు అంతా చాలా ఈజీ కదా ఏం జనరేట్ చేయాలన్నా కూడా. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఈజీ టు జనరేట్ ఎ టేబుల్ నౌ. క్రియేట్ టేబుల్ రో ఏం చెప్పక్కల, మనం టేబుల్ జనరేట్ చేయాలంటే డేటా ఇచ్చేసి టేబుల్ జనరేట్ చేయమంటారు. ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి దీని అర్థం ఏంటి? ఎక్స్ ఇన్ డేటా అంటే ఏంటి అర్థం? డేటాలోని ఒక్కొక్క ఎలిమెంట్ తీసుకో. ఫస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ 1020 తీసుకుంటారు కదా, 1020 తీసుకొచ్చి ఎక్స్లో పెడితే ఆ ఎక్స్ ఇక్కడ వచ్చి కూర్చుంటుంది కదా, దాంట్లోంచి వై ఇన్ ఎక్స్ అంటే దాని 1020లోంచి ఒక్కొక్క ఎలిమెంట్ తీసుకో. అంటే ఫస్ట్ 10 తీసుకుని ఒక టీడీ రాస్తుంది, మళ్ళీ 20 తీసుకుని ఒక టీడీ రాస్తుంది, అప్పటికే దాని రో కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది. దాని టీఆర్ క్లోజ్ చేస్తుంది, మళ్ళీ టీ ఇట్ మూవ్స్ ఆన్. దట్స్ ఇట్, సింపుల్. If you want to do it for, I want to do it for another example. I want to file save as example 3. I want to do it for objects. ఈ డేటాలో ఏరే బదులు ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ పెడతా. ఇంతకుముందు మన డేటా ఉంది కదా, మన డేటా జనరేట్ అవుతుందో లేదు చూద్దామా, అసలు టేబుల్ జనరేట్ అవుతుందో లేదు చూద్దామా. ఫైల్ ఓపెన్, ఎక్కడ ఉంది కదా, ఎక్కడ ఉంది, ఏ రోజు వర్క్ అది, 22nd May. టేబుల్ క్రియేషన్ ఇదేనా డేటా? లెట్ మీ టేక్ దిస్ డేటా. Control C. Control V. సేవ్ చేసాను. ఇదంతా సింగిల్ కోట్లో పెట్టుకోవాలి. ఎందుకు? డబుల్ కోట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి. మొత్తాన్ని సింగిల్ కోట్లో పెట్టి అయిపోయింది ప్రాబ్లం. మొత్తాన్ని సింగిల్ కోట్లో పెట్టాను డేటాని, ఎందుకు? లోపల డబుల్ కోట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి. లెట్ us see whether our table is getting generated or not. ఏం పెట్టాను? ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 3లో సేవ్ చేశాను. అది ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 3లో సేవ్ చేశాను నేను తీసుకొచ్చి. What is happening? ఏం జరిగింది ఇక్కడ? డేటా ఆఫ్ డేటా కదా, అది తప్పు. డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు తప్పు రాశాను కదా, లోపలదే తీసుకున్నా. 2-dimensional కదా ఇది. I did not do it correctly. That's a problem. Now I should be able to do it. Right? టేబుల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది కదా, డేటా దానికి ఇస్తే టేబుల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. You can use it. So same JSON data also you can try it out. Now that's called repeat, ng repeat, right? You can also try that. And similarly, you can also try an array containing objects. Array containing objects, you can also get them. ng app directive. Okay? Automatically initialize, automatically bootstrap, and ng, whatever it is. So it will do that. Boot elements. ng init directives. Initialization. ng model directive. ng repeat directive. So these are all called directives. ng app directive is an app. ng init is to initialize the values. ng model to associate anything, input elements and all other elements to make a model from that can be. So provided type validation for application data, number, email, required, whatever it is. Provide status for application data and provide CSS classes for HTML elements, bind HTML elements to HTML forms. For ng model. AngularJS controllers. Now we can come back to controller. What's the time? You practice till this point. You can practice and in this meanwhile. So let us do another example, example 4, where we will keep, instead of keeping the array here, let us keep data, objects of data. Array of objects pedadam. Array of objects. Semicolon or comma. Okay. Okay. Mundu oka object rasedam. Name Ramesh. Height 180. Let's repeat it. Control C, Control V, Control V. Any count and enter code no issue. Name Siva. So I want to write this data. Umbrella Mari. Mother the array no objects. How can I repeat it now? Ilanti repeat cheyalante elaga? Ilanti repeat cheyalante? X in data. That arrays kabatti okay. Y in X, X dot Y. X dot Y antunnadu. Vastada? Example 4. Outlaw. First of all, మీకు అనుకుందాం. ముందు x డాట్ నేమ్ అన్నాం, y డాట్ యాక్చువల్ y డాట్ x, y డాట్ నేమ్ అన్నాం, y లోకి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ వస్తుందని అనుకున్నాం కొద్దిసేపు. సో ఆర్ x డాట్ నేమ్ యాక్చువల్, ఐఎమ్ సారీ, ఒకసారి x లోకి వస్తుంది కదా, ఒక dd x డాట్ నేమ్, ఇంకోటి రిపీట్ ప్రస్తుతం రిపీట్ వద్దు, తర్వాత ఆలోచిద్దాం దీని గురించి. ఇంకో dd x డాట్ height. Now this is going to solve the problem for a while. వస్తుంది టేబుల్ x డాట్ కింగ్ x డాట్ sim. ఇప్పుడు x లోపల నుంచి ప్రాపర్టీస్ తెచ్చుకోగలమా లేదా అనేది క్వశ్చన్. So can we travel the properties of an object, all the properties of an object in the order they are written? I know that's what the question arises. Then you should not do this. This is one way of solving the problem. Let me solve the problem in a different way. Right? So x dot name కాదు, x of y. ఇది కూడా ప్రాబ్లం సాల్వ్ చేయాలి నాకు తెలిసి. Let us see. It's not. X of y and z, it's not. X of y and z may be assuming that that's going to be there, but x of y. Okay, it's not solving anyway. X dot name and y dot name. You repeat of the DD key. Then let us see what is the other alternative there. X dot name and y dot name. X dot height is the best song. So you understand till this point. This has solved the problem already. You have seen that. Now you practice it again and again. That's what. So how many directories have we got to know so far? ng-app, ng-model, ng-bind, expression, ng-init, ng-repeat. So you need to still what more else do we need to understand? Tomorrow you need to okay, ng controller and Angular module you need to know. Controller and external file source you can get them. Okay, so my time is almost running out, so that I cannot start this, since it requires a little more understanding of the things. So you do up to that part, then we will go to the other one. So here we are seeing the tables. Angular SQL is also there. This is what we are seeing. We'll get with something else, customers.php, and we can initialize this module and we can run the table. I will show you. Displaying the style. Anyway, you know that. Order by filter. Extract mean. Okay, order by country. You can also order by something. Right. Uppercase you can. Dollar index. Okay, let's see. So let's go back, and you need to do up to this part, Angular directives. Okay. So tomorrow I will try to finish most of the 3-4 topics. So AngularJS is another important learning. Very few people in the world knows about it, since it has come very recently, 2012. So if you are readily and if you are able to catch up on the opportunities, you need to learn AngularJS. So many people are there in the world to develop the applications using Java and other things, but very few people are there with regard to these particular things. So whenever something is actually demanding, you need to move towards that. That's a good idea. So many people can learn Java. There's no doubt about it. Okay. So you try to put your effort as much as possible. And there are books also available on AngularJS. I don't know. Okay, right. I will try to share those things tomorrow. And you can also do as much as you can. See you.